What is up, everybody? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about should you drop out of high school or maybe even just switch to online school. So right now I'm in the warehouse with Hayden Bowles. If you saw the last video, I flew him in from California. We're filming some content for my program, Next Generation E-Commerce. And the $100 winner from 2 videos ago, I'm going to put it right here. Congratulations. Send me your PayPal via email. I'll put it in the description below. Send me that and you'll have your monies. Thank you guys for entering. You know, I wanted to bring in speakers, you know, every month or so just to add new content and bring, you know, new value that people haven't heard of before. So far we have about 200 people enrolled in there. Super awesome to see the results people are getting. So if you want more information, there's a link in the description. But anyways, today's video, I want to talk about whether or not you should drop out of school. Like I already mentioned, so I want to talk about my school situation real quick. So for up until junior year, you know, I was in normal school doing the normal things, but I wasn't getting the best grades. And I always try to convince my parents, look, let me do online school. I never really wanted to drop out. I at least just wanted the opportunity to switch to online school so I could have a different variation of how I'm learning and how I can, you know, utilize my time for my businesses. Because of course my parents, they always prioritize my school over business, but of course I don't see it that way. You know, I didn't get the best grades, and you know, I put all my time and effort, well, most of it, into my businesses to try and grow them and make the most money possible, and you know, just have fun, travel, do whatever. So when it came down to it, you know, I always came to, you know, ask my parents, nope, they wouldn't let me do it. And then finally, senior year, I went to school. I didn't tell my parents. I was like, I talked to the school advisors. I was like, look, I want to do online school this year. Like, how do we set it up? How many classes do I have to take? And we talked about it. We, you know, looked up everything. I needed 3 classes to graduate high school, which is English, history, and math. So I signed up for those classes all online. My parents came in, finally talked to them. I had the school advisor sort of convince my parents that this was a better option for me because it takes like 30 minutes to an hour a day compared to spending, you know, 8 hours at school every single day. So now I have a lot more time and opportunities to travel. You know, I can do it on my computer anywhere as long as I have internet. And, you know, this is it. It ends in December, and then I'm done with high school, and then I'm literally free to do whatever I need to do, which I'm super excited for. And Hayden, on the other hand here, I'm gonna let him give a quick explanation. He's working on the content for the program, but I wanna let him give a quick, you know, overview of his school situation and sort of what happened.
We got some saucy stuff going on right now. We got crazy hair driving the top down. But yeah, no, my school situation was very interesting. I ended up leaving high school in 10th grade, which I know you already know, which was kind of interesting. I switched to online school, which was funny because I spent 3 years leading up to that trying to convince my parents every day, yo, let me do online school, let me do online school. They're like, no, hell no, like you're not becoming that. We all know that's like basically like a gateway drug would be leading to harder drugs. It's a gateway to just dropping out of school, which it did happen. They were correct. So, but it's okay. I did that for a while. Well, you know, consistently failed for about 18 months and ended up dropping out. So I did not get a GED even. I don't have anything, which, you know, just was a whole series of unfortunate events because, you know, I personally wish that I would have, not that it mattered or made a difference. And once I was like no longer even enrolled in that school, you know, I kind of got, I guess, kicked out, if you will, because I just wasn't doing it. I didn't necessarily have the time, but I just wasn't fully disciplined on it. And I knew it's not what interested me, which is a bad thing. You need to be disciplined. So I should have done it. I did it for a while, you know, just building those habits. But I ended up leaving. My parents were like, yo, you got 2 weeks to go, you know, because I'm not in school. They're gonna deny that to their grave, but I literally have it on audio recording that I have 2 weeks to get out. So, which is cool, you know, I totally respect them for upholding what they said. If you're not in school, if you're not a full-time student, you can't live at home. So I moved out, moved to LA, and then I got bored of LA. Like I shipped my car out, moved there, got bored like a month later, went and traveled the world for like 4 months, came back to California, found a beautiful place on the beach that I wanted to move, got it, and I've been living there for a while, so traveling.
Yeah, that's awesome. I need to get my passport so I can travel.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even been out of the country. But actually, it was my first time going to California this summer.
Yeah, no, we're gonna bring it back out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Hayden's place.
After Arizona, I gotta hit up to New York and stuff first,
but as far as like high school goes, I would say really it's just a big discipline thing.
It really is. Like that's the, you know, I always say like, oh, there's no positives to school except for that, you know, unless you know what you want to do and that requires school, that's cool, but that's probably not why you're watching this video, you know? Exactly. I know the audience. So it's like, you do learn things, but like, I'm very curious to see like when, you know, there's gonna be people who used to drop out of college, then it was not even go to college, now it's drop out of high school. are we gonna see middle school dropouts soon? Elementary, like at what
I don't think
point?
that's legal. You have to be like
Dude,
16.
I don't know. Like at what point does someone just draw the line and say, fuck it, we can't drop out this early? You know, I think you really learn like stuff. I think it's good up to like 16. I think that's like a good, you know, kind of age range.
Honestly, it depends what you want to do.
Because there's social situation development inside of there as well. Like I was always an introvert, and getting up in front of the class didn't help me at all. That just like pissed me off and made me look like a tomato while I sweat, you know? So now that's not what led me to be able to talk to people. It was going out and traveling. I spent about 50% of my time away from home when I was 15 to 17. Like I was, you know, in Miami for a month and a half. I couldn't even drive a car. Yeah, you know, like I'm making connections. I'm in the club with the table next to Migos at Live. Like, you know, like starting to see this stuff. And I'm not saying that's, you know, necessarily gonna be your situation, but I put myself in those environments. So doing that, doing videos on the internet, which came like a few years after I'd already built my businesses, that really helped me get out there more. You know, now I'm chilling. You see a bead of sweat, you don't. You really don't.
So should people drop out of school? I would say, personally, I would say no. Like, unless
no, I would flip it first.
It depends on your situation, 100%.
Whatever you're doing, you need to be able to argue the other side better than you can argue your side.
Yeah.
So the question you should ask is, why should I stay in school? Go make a pro and con list. You know, what's the pros, what's the cons to it, positives, negatives. You know, what could it lead to, the different outcomes. How many income streams do you have? Be very logical. Like if you're gonna drop out of school, you better be able to more than comfortably support yourself.
Exactly.
Like I don't mean like you're making 5-10 grand a month. I mean like you need to be making like multiple 6 figures a year minimum already with more than one income stream. If anything happens,
I had someone DM me. They're like, look, I'm a high school dropout. I live in New York. Could we please meet up on a talk business? So I was like, all right, so what do you do? He said he dropped out when he was like 16. And he's like, I don't do anything right now. I just dropped out. I was like, why'd you drop out? He's like, because I want to be an entrepreneur.
Wrong way to do it.
Wrong way.
Like seriously, it should be a correlation where it's like you can't do. I dropped out very early, but I didn't just drop out. I switched to online school so that I have more time to work on the business. And when I stopped actually doing school, I had money. Like, you know, like I'd stopped doing it for a while. I was still like enrolled, you know, just in case, like here and there. I was paying someone to do it. You already know. Yeah. I was paying one of my virtual assistants $60 a week to do it for like a year. So I was having it be done, and then I'm like, well, I don't really care. And then, you know, there's a whole issue with that and content, time-wise, the school finding out certain things. So it was really interesting. You know, I already had a car, like I was already traveling. Like, you know, I bought one of my dream cars at 17. Whenever I'd go to LA, like I'm renting all these supercars. Like don't get me wrong, I had money, but I was smart with it. So, you know, I was doing my thing. I didn't have to think about it. If you have to be like, oh, let me crunch numbers, I'll literally pull something up right now. I can't even fake this. I think it's called budget. In my Google Drive, you can see the last, where is it? I'm gonna find this, okay? I have a sheet that budgets my move out, okay? Because when I was like 14, 15, I was trying to figure out exactly how to do it. Okay? And
one thing, while he's finding that, I wanna tell you guys, if you're in high school or middle school, whatever you're watching these videos, I would tell you right now is the best opportunity for you to get out there and like try to build a business, because essentially you have no overhead. When you're in high school, if you fail on a business, it's not like you're homeless. Like you're just back at home in school, you know, living under your parents' roof.
You're the best fallback. Like this kid's still living at his house. That's such a blessing. Like, you know, he's got like, you know, a couch and like, you know.
I've tried to move out.
I'm taking this, I can't even fake this, all right? Look at what you see here. I gotta cover some of this other stuff. Okay, what do you see on this date? Last edit was July 22nd, 2016. All right, crunching numbers, different scenarios, and like cutting back certain stuff. Living with the roommate, the move out truck. Watch, I'll scroll down exactly how many miles it was to where I wanted to live. Gas cost with current gas prices of an overestimate. You can't fake that. Like that is what it is. Like if you're, but that's the wrong thing. I was curious, I always wanted to do it. Whoa, now it's focused. You know, that's why I was budgeting for that. But if you have to like crunch numbers, be like, can I afford it? You can't afford it, don't do it. Yeah. You know, you better be more than comfortable. I moved out, I had 6 figures cash chilling in my bank, making plenty of money for whatever. And I don't even like to talk financial, but just to give you some direct advice, you need to be very logical with your situation if you want it to work. That's the best piece of advice we could give you.
So drop out of school?
Depends on the situation. If you have to, then do it. You know, it's as simple as that. Be logical. But if you don't have to do it, you don't have to drop out of school to build a business.
Exactly.
I know people in college still who are multi-millionaires, finishing school, running their business as well. There's no excuse. There's plenty of time.
If you can build a business and manage a large business and make money continuously while still in school, you know, that just goes to show that, you know, you can do multiple things that take a lot of time at once, which is just the discipline part of it. Like, if you can get through high school, you know, you have your degree, you may not ever need it, whatever. You can't call yourself a high school dropout, but...
Oh, who cares though?
Yeah, exactly.
If you got the money, like my mom was always like, oh, go to college because you're gonna meet a lot of people. Dude, I wouldn't, like, if I had gone to college, if I was in a different state in school right now, like, sure, I would definitely meet people. That's a broad statement. But like, you know, and this is not like obviously anything braggy, and this is just like the people I've met, all these celebrities, internet personnel, the billionaires I hang out with, like there's no chance in hell that that would have come from school. Yeah. Zero. Like, you don't need to, I wouldn't even have had to pay for my school. My parents would have paid for it. No matter what school I went to.
Networking video coming soon.
I'm not gonna make my parents pay 50 grand a year for some school, which actually, there's no way I would have gotten into anything. Should you drop out of school? Maybe. Situation. Be logical. Yep. I would push against no, because it's difficult. I don't want to say like, you know, if everything fails, people are like, oh, you're stupid, everything fails. It wouldn't matter. The jobs I'm gonna go get are not gonna require a degree. Like, you know, nobody's gonna care about a high school degree. Like, I know how to sell, I know how to do things. If everything disappears, I would immediately still make 6 figures, without a doubt. Absolutely. Like, I would go to him and now I'll be making 6 figures because I'll make him more than 6 figures.
The method you learn,
simple as that.
Like, always try and do stuff yourself, especially from the beginning, because you just retain those methods and you'll be able to utilize them and, you know, start doing it over and over. Yeah, and look, now this kid is freaking 13 years old with his own warehouse. Look at this. These are his new trucks. I'm sorry, I shouldn't show him. I can't reveal them. Yeah, look at that. That's legendary. New truck reveal coming soon. Look, 2 laptops, just both the different sizes, because you know what? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm gonna edit this video, finish it off. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below. And I don't know what he says for his outros, but he passed 70,000 subscribers. Legend. Help him get to 80. Hit that subscribe button down below. If we pass Hayden, then we have to box.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
boxing match soon.
I'm done.
If you guys enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
And if you didn't enjoy this video, you're just weird.